Raufikat. Now, Raufikat, you're going to be judging our Halloween baking competition at the end of the show, right?
Yes.
I am so excited. I cannot wait to see the work that they're doing right now.
Me as well. They set it up so... I'm so excited to see everything they come up with.
Me too. I'm ready to be a little scared, though.
Yes.
They seemed very intense about the scariness.
I like the scariness,
yeah.
yes.
All right, but first up, you're going to make two little Halloween treats for us, and you're going to show us how to troubleshoot a couple of common baking mistakes.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, what are we starting with?
All right, so the first thing we're going to be making are these oatmeal raisin scones.
Oh.
They are one of my favorites. And to start, we're going to put in some flour. Let's just dump that in for me.
Perfect.
All right, and then we have some spices because this is fall and Halloween. So I'm going to add some fresh nutmeg.
Delish. I love a fresh nutmeg.
Yes, and then some allspice and some cinnamon. So those are our spices. Quick tip for you here, when you're adding lots of little powdered ingredients to your flour, add them in little piles so you can remember what you've added already. Don't add them on top of each other, otherwise you might get mixed up.
That is actually, that's a huge tip. Yeah. When someone talks to you while you're measuring, you're like, I have no
exactly.
idea.
You don't know what you've done.
Totally.
So we're going to add in some salt for balance always. Baking powder is our leavener. And we're going to add in some sugar, just plain white sugar.
Beautiful.
You can switch this up with white sugar, brown sugar if you like. And then oats for a little bit of like that little, what's that?
Chew? Oh, yes. I do like, it's the trick or treat. Yes. They're like, oh, what's that in the scone?
Okay, so I'm just going to give that a quick stir.
Perfect. Oh, when you're a fork stirrer.
Yes, yes.
I like this.
You don't have to get too fussy about that.
No.
We're going to crumble the butter into it. And this is cold butter that's been cubed. And just dump all that in.
Now, this is important when you make scones, correct?
Yes, you want cold butter because you want them to stay like in little bits in the dough so that they melt into little pockets when you bake them. All right, so just going to use the tips of your fingers, clean hands, and just rub this in quickly. It shouldn't take too long because you don't want to warm the flour up too much, and the butter up too much. Right?
Now, do you have cold or hot hands?
Hot hands.
So I have hot hands too. It is the baker's curse.
Yes.
I wish I didn't.
I have hot hands when I'm like piping something, the buttercream is melting and I have to keep changing bags.
Yeah. Putting it in the freezer.
Exactly.
100%.
Okay, so I think we're just about, we've got it.
That looks beautiful.
Yeah. Now we're going to add in raisins. You can omit these if you like.
This is where we lose me. I will eat a raisin. I'm getting on raisins, but I don't love a baked raisin.
Oh my God, I love raisins.
Really?
I love them in everything. But you can substitute with dried cherries, cranberries, dried apricots or peaches.
Beautiful.
You know? Dried apples.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
So I'm on board for your raisin and oatmeal scones.
Thank you. Thank you.
I would never turn it down. Yeah. But I also like, because it's a drier mix. It's not like a cake, so they don't clump up as much.
Exactly, they don't.
Stay chewy.
Yes.
Beautiful.
So here we're just going to grab the spatula, make a well in the center, and we're going to add some milk and some cream, because these are cream scones, they don't have eggs, and that makes it easier for you to scale them up, because you're not looking for 1.5 eggs if you want to make 1.5 batch.
That's not a thing to buy. Also, girl, I love a cream scone. I like the way we're doing this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just going to give this a mix, and you can see it's quite wet, but that's what's going to give you that really nice, soft scone with the crispy edges.
And fluffy on the inside.
Okay.
That looks beautiful.
Okay, so at this point, we're just going to put some flour down. Be generous.
Pretty generous?
Yeah,
okay, cool.
Yeah. And just tip that out.
These scones, I know there's sugar in there. I know they got cream in them, but I'm going to say they're healthy.
Now, do you know, when I make these at home, sometimes I actually substitute half of the flour for whole wheat flour.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah. So just put some on the top, and then just pat this down into about a 7-inch circle. I've made this quite a few times, so I'm very good at eyeballing
a 7-inch
circle. So I would say this is about what we're looking for. And then we're just going to cut them down in half.
This is also excellent. A lot of people, when they're making scones, try to use a cookie cutter.
Yes.
But by doing it just into the triangles,
you eliminate wastage, because you don't have like scraps to roll up. You're incorporating more flour, you're kneading it, you're working it. There's no need. All right, so these are the scones, and at this point, you transfer them onto a lined baking sheet. If you wanted to get a little fancy, you could brush them with some cream and sprinkle. I have some turbinado sugar here. There's no
brush. There's a
big
brush.
Yeah. So you just brush on top.
Just a little
cream.
extra
Just
cream.
a little extra cream. Just a little extra cream. Okay, so we're not going to do all of them. And then you can just sprinkle them with a bit of sugar. If you're doing like a lemon one, for instance, you could use the yellow sugar. If you're doing orange, you could use an orange sugar. I do that all the time, and then I ask my daughter to try and guess what the flavor is based on the color of the sugar.
Again, a good trick or treat
Yes,
thing.
exactly.
So we bake those off?
We bake those off in a 400-degree oven for 20 to 25 minutes. You'll see they'll puff up, they'll become golden, they'll spread out a little bit, but they'll still have like the crispy edges and the soft, tender inside.
Beautiful. And now you've done some here.
Yes, I've done some here. And for these ones, you can see we made them a little fun for Halloween. We made a maple glaze with maple syrup and icing sugar.
Yeah. Well, I am so excited to eat one of these scones, and we're going to see you later for the wrap of that amazing cake competition, right?
Yes.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's dig into one of these. You want one?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm going to have one too. Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of the good stuff.